Please turn your sound on to hear full explanations of our answers. Thank you. Question is, can someone explain betting odds? And the answer is, well, I'm going to show you here. There's three types of betting odds: decimal, fractional, and American. Here I'm just going to talk about decimal and fractional. If you want to read about American ones too and get a really long explanation of all this, all you got to do is go to Google, type in decimal, fractional, American odds, and it'll come up with an explanation, many of them. But this is the basics, okay? Decimal odds are fractional plus 1. Let me give you an example. Fractional odds are 4 to 1. These are fractional odds that you would get like in a bookies in the UK. Very traditional old way of showing odds. 4 to 1 means that if you put on £1, that means that you'll win £4. Plus you'll get your original 1 back, okay? So that's why decimal odds are 5. Because decimal odds take into account the fact that you get your 1 back. With decimal odds, right, the way they work is it kind of assumes that you put your money on, and after that it's like you kind of forget about the fact that you put your money on. All you're interested in now is how much you're going to get back if you win. So you would get 5 because, you know, that would be the 1 plus the 4 that you win. Decimal odds are much more popular for internet gambling because they're easy to use, to compare. They're easy to work with if you're trading as well, if you're using a betting exchange like Betfair. And they work better in any systems that you do as well. Fractional odds are really just a traditional method. They're not really made for the internet age and advanced gambling. So anyway, also you should know about odds that odds of 5, you know, decimal odds, it also means the same as 20%. How did I work out 20%? Well, 1 divided by. So 1 divided by 5 is 0.2, which is the same as 20%. You can think of odds as being like a kind of implied probability, okay? So that if you see odds of 4 to 1 or 5, that means a kind of implied probability of 20%, okay? If you are actually trying to forecast what you think the chances are of this win coming in, you know, based on what you know about the particular sport, then if you calculate it to be like, I don't know, like 50% chance that you think that the horse is going to win or the basketball team's going to win. If you think it's 50% and the implied odds offered by the bookie are less, like 20% in this case, then you should always take that bet. Because that means that the bookie has underestimated the chances of winning and he's given you odds that are too big, too long, and that means you should take that bet. Now on the other hand, if the odds were, you know, if you figured out that it was like a 15% chance of winning and the bookie is offering these odds here, you know, with an implied probability of 20%, it means that the price isn't good enough. It means that, you know, you need a better price than that. If you bet, it doesn't matter whether you win this time, whether you lose this time. If you keep betting like this, never looking for value, always getting poor value, it means that you'll lose with betting. So the only way to bet is value betting. Always look for longer odds offered by the bookies. Always look for a smaller implied probability because it means they're underestimating the chances of winning, okay? Anyway, hope you found that interesting and informative. That's the only way you can bet. Look, if you want to see an excellent betting system, it's the only one that I use now because I used to use other betting systems too. I had my own betting system that I developed over many, many years, but now I don't use it because a new one came on the block. You can see in the description box down below, if you click on the link, it'll take you there right now. My dilemma right now is I put a little bit of money in it, and it's outperforming my existing model. So I don't know how much more money I should put into this new model. Because it's working so well, I don't want to give up on the model I tweaked for 10 years, but with this new model, you know, it's making me more money. So that's my dilemma right now. You won't have this dilemma because chances are you don't already have your own model. If I were you, I'd just go straight to this site, have a look, and I would advise you to use it because you can make a lot of money with it, just like I'm doing. So anyway, check it out. Click the link to check out that betting system, and I'll see you in another video. Take care.